Hello and welcome back to Become a God. This week I'm going to be taking a look at a deck from the past, a deck I brewed back in the day. It was a Red Yellow Midrange deck. They used burn creatures and combat creatures along with a lot of mobility to control the board and eventually go for that big swing for the win. And it has been performing pretty well on ladder so far. I've made some adjustments to that original build that featured, I believe it was maybe early Become a God? I can't quite remember actually, but you guys might remember it. Brutes, Grimguards, Gift of Steel, Training, and Fanatics instead of Flash Winds. No Scourge Flame, too slow, not interested in the card. So we're going to control the board, deal some burn damage while we're controlling it, and then we go for the win. So pretty simple strategy, quite typically a mid-range deck, but I feel it could be quite strong in this meta. So let's get to it and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, first match, Herald of War. So Herald of War is a new addition to this deck. I feel it's really strong. This card's kind of crazy. And this becomes a 7/7 with Gift of Steel. Just remember that can match a Colossus. Training's actually pretty good. I'm going to keep this hand. I like keeping Training if I pick it up. There's not a lot of yellow cards in this deck anyway, it's just like a splash of yellow to offer mobility options. So if I can get in a Training and I have a creature, I generally keep it because this can swing games. This can really swing a game in my favour. Good old Grimguard. More creatures, that's what I want to see. So Herald, if it gets any combat triggers off, it's going to be able to power up our Grimguard. It's going to power up our Brutes, which is the most important one for me. Pushing Brute to a 4/7 is really good. It puts out of Choking Sands range, which is perfect because Brute is actually one of the best Choking Sands targets in the game. And not only that, it just gives it that extra bit of meat, you know, that extra bit of power. And we have a Divine Guardian. Alright, well, this kind of changes things. I'm actually going to start walking back this way. We're going to have to go and challenge our opponent. Yeah, we're going to just desert up here. And we're just going to see what happens. The Divine Guardian's probably going to go into double collection. This might not survive. I'm not convinced it will, actually. This could be the old Red Yellow Pew Pew burn deck that just kills everything that you play. So yeah, let's get a mountain here. It's a good spot for a mountain. And I will go for a Grimguard. Let's get the Grimguard down. Grimguard could chip away at this for a bit of burn damage. Always very nice. But also it gives our opponent other things to think about. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be a Bomb Slinger. Okay. Okay, Bomb Slinger into Flame Burst. Yeah, I'll take that. That's great. So that's really good for us. So we'll take our last desert. Could take it on here actually, it gives us a good Fanatic. Cleans Training, zip over. Let's take care of this. And then we'll pass? I don't know, we're opening up ourselves to another Bomb Slinger. I don't have any other creatures in hand. There won't be a Nightmare. There could be a Hellfire. This may be a Gift of Steel turn actually. We're just gonna try and protect this Herald because it's our only creature. If I had another creature in hand, I would just play another creature. But there is no Nightmare. We're in the double collection spot now. We're going to maybe just see a pass from our opponent. Not too dangerous unless I pick up a Fanatic. And even then, it's not going to do too much. Stick Brute on this side, actually. So we're just trying to control the board at the moment. We don't really need to apply too much pressure, especially if this is just a removal plus Divine Guardian deck. Goes for the Nightmare. Okay. And then back into another Divine Guardian. Just running circles around us right now. Just absolutely fine. I can collect here. We can take a draw first, actually. I might get Fanatic. It's Crystal Flower. And we'll get El Capitan out. Lots of durability. The one advantage we're going to have in this matchup is a lot of the creatures have a lot of life, which means the Hellfire not going to do much. It might kill one of them, it might not, who knows. And now the Captain can get a lot of value off this Divine Guardian. goes for another Bomb Slinger. Into another Flame Burst. I love these Flame Bursts going on my creatures. It's awesome. I will take that. Every time. Okay. Ground Shaker. Fantastic. Now, I was considering just Cypher's Wrath into Kalim's Training, but the Ground Shaker just lined up perfectly. It gave us a way to challenge the Divine Guardian. +1 into Firebomb, Cypher's Wrath. So as you can see, our opponent really trying to keep our board in check, which is very difficult actually, I think. Right, we are going to training this turn, and then we'll go for the Herald. I feel like I take some Faeria this turn. Just think, I don't know, maybe I should have taken a draw first. Faeria is always good though. I do have Firestorm in this deck, there is a 1-of. And then we have our opponent's just going to scoop. Too much pressure. You know what, I was actually considering building this deck again, the one that my opponent played. The Red Yellow Burn removal deck. But I found it struggled too much against all the kind of high value mid-range decks that are going around right now. All these explorers are a bit problematic. They got a lot of life, makes Hellfire less effective. But as you can see, on a win streak here, things are going well for this deck so far. Let's get into another match. Alright guys, another match. Nope. Don't want any of this. Oh, that's a little better. We got the Grimguard. These are a little slow. Unfortunately, lots of lands required. Firestorm could be used, but looking at it, probably not. Firestorm is just to check all the blue jumpers and the green yellow sacks, you know, all those type of decks. And then we can just do this. This is actually a really good draw for us, getting this Gift of Steel. It just pushes our Grimguard out of reach of any possible removal. You'd need like double Firebomb +1 into something. Like it'll be very difficult. Yeah, well, we're gonna move on up in the world. We're gonna go for the desert here instead of the mountain. Like I said, the Firestorm probably not as relevant. And yeah, we can just keep using deserts here. And our opponent really trying to push away. I believe this is the same deck, right? Did we just play against this? Yes, we did. Already forgotten. Last Nightmare. Oof. Alright. This is not good. Need to draw a creature. Big Brute. I'll take it. We always stick Brute here, maybe? I don't know, Brute can't actually kill this. Because Cypher's Wrath, Flame Burst, all these cards don't affect it. I could Brute middle, double neutral, but I think that's just a little too transparent. But then again, maybe I just threaten it, you know, just say to my opponent, you dare move down here, there's a Brute waiting for you. I'm not convinced this is going to live. My opponent's had a lot more time to, like, set things up. Oh, built land for me. Interesting. Goes to the Nightmare. That's fine. And this is what the deck does. Just kills everything. Kills everything all the time. We will go for a Fanatic here. Just to force a bit more removal out of my opponent's hand. And hopefully we can set up an aggressive Ground Shaker. I might just ignore this game. It's a little too out the way for me. Ooh, hello, Flame Silk Fairy. That's cool. Flame Burst, yeah, I'll take it. See, this is where a Firestorm Ground Shaker could be very, very good. But I feel that I'm just going to go for a Brute Ciphers instead. A little cheaper, and I can keep the Ground Shaker. Maybe to line up with that Firestorm a little later. And this actually represents the same amount of damage that Ground Shaker deals. You know, I guess Ground Shaker does the extra 1 right off the gift, but I'm fine with this. Bomb Slinger. Cypher's Wrath. See, this is where Ground Shaker's better, right? I'm able to ping the Bomb Slinger. Take a +1. And we can gear up for a Firestorm next turn, potentially. Hopefully this lives. I do want Ground Shaker to survive this turn, but it's very unlikely. Flame Burst. Flame Burst. Oh, that makes things difficult. Okay, let's take a draw. No Herald, feels bad. Alright, we'll go for a Fanatic. This is not going to live, but we're forcing our opponent to use that removal. Eventually, we're going to draw into our high life creatures. We might see Hellfire this turn. This is a really good Hellfire turn. Empty board. No Hellfires. Oh, come on, give me something. Nope, that doesn't work. This is a problem with having so many events in the deck. You get hands like this. And this would be absolutely fine if I could actually react to anything, but I can't. So let's just +1. See, the Divine Guard, we haven't been able to chase down the Divine Guardians this game because I've just drawn no creatures. I've just drawn tons of removal. And I can't target him. Feels bad. Choking Sands. Ouch. Oh dear. Come on, game. Don't be like this. What is this hand? Like I said, against anything else where I can actually kill stuff, it's fine. It's just against this deck, it does nothing. I got 12 cards left, which means I've got 2 Brutes, 2 Grim Guards, 3 Heralds, 2 Ground Shakers, maybe. Yay, something to kill. Frustrating. Just frustrating. My opponent's sitting on 17 Faeria. Waiting for that triple Hellfire or whatever. It's a creature, guys. Oh my goodness. An actual creature. I might have to just start throwing Flame Burst at my opponent's face. Yep. My opponent's in a position now where there's enough Faeria and enough gas to just kill everything I play. Oh look, it's a Brute. Alright, let's just hope there's not a Nightmare. If there's a Nightmare, it's just game. It's just like Nightmare Hellfire. GG's. Yep, and that should just wrap things up. No, my opponent did not draw the Hellfire. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, that was a very unfortunate match. Kind of a bit of revenge, I suppose, for the previous game, but fun and interactive. Let's get into our next match. Alright, guys, into another match. I have made some changes to this deck. I'll post the list at the end of the video. So the start of the video was the list I played up until that second game, and then this is going to be the other list that I've changed to it. I think the problem I had mainly, I had 15 like events, technically you could say. So I decided that I needed more creatures, especially if I was going to run into that problem again. So I just bumped up. I took out the Firestorm, I took out a Cypher's Wrath, and I just bumped up some creatures. So an extra Ground Shaker and an extra Grimguard, just to make sure that I can get something down on board. I don't want to be in that same position again. No way. I'm not actually a fan of like high event, like decks with loads of events because of that problem. But you know, I'm pretty flexible. Like I don't mind playing a lot of things actually. Like yellow events is fine, but I'd rather something with less events. And I should have applied that same kind of preference when I built this deck. I didn't quite realize how many events it was packing, or even how many events the original list was packing. Anyway, we're going to go for the Ground Shaker here. Just in a safe spot, just away from the Grimguard. This is green. Not the Grimguard, sorry, the Queen's Guard. Lots of guards in this game. The Queen's Guard, this could get powered up by Elderwood Embrace or anything like that. So playing this by here basically gives us the flexibility of just Crystal Flower in this, which is probably going to be my my next line. Just Crystal Flower this guy out the way. Okay. Unless we go for the cap 10. That is an option. We have an awkward position actually. Maybe I should have stuck it here. I did play around a power up, but now positionally it's just a bit strange. Because I could collect and I could like desert here somewhere and play the Crystal Flower and just swallow this up. No, I'm gonna desert here and I'm gonna Ground Shaker again. I don't really see a good line with what I've got in hand. I could have actually played Cap 10 instead, but I'd rather just get, you know, the bigger boys on the board. Big 5/6s. This board's gonna run away by the looks of it. And if this gets Elderwood, it can hit my Ground Shaker. I'll have 3 life left, and then it just Flame Burst to finish it off. Which is absolutely fine. Let's just see hit Wind Soldier. That's another option. Bloom Sprite. Deathwalker. Okay, it's interesting. Now, I've actually been considering this card myself. It's not bad at the moment. It does kill quite a lot of creatures like Ground Shakers, Brutes. Can challenge some of the powered up combat creatures from the Herald procs. Clears these Explorers as well. That's another thing to consider. So it can clear Explorers. Right, let's get this Deathwalker out of the way. Yeah, okay. This is a common place I stick my Crystal Flowers. It's kind of awkward. It's in between the wells, on the side, so you can only collect 1 Faeria when it cracks open, which I quite like. And you'll probably see me do this a lot when I play. I generally don't mind building lands into this area just to get the Crystal Flower in this spot. Oof. This could be really bad. If this hits like Bone Collector or something, it's just like, oh no, like how do I ever kill that card? It's such a nightmare. Not a last nightmare, but still a nightmare. Oh, okie dokelin. That's a problem. Yeah, let's trade this. So I was thinking if I picked up training, like I could desert here, clear the 1/5 training this and clear this and just have a full board clear. But that's not possible because I can't draw and get the training. So alternatively, what I'm thinking is we just kill this, and then we play Captain, and just try and get as much value on this as possible. Do I take +1? Potentially, actually. We got double gift in hand. +1's pretty good, or I can just go for my last desert. Just get that down. Yeah, so we'll get the last desert down, and then we'll go for the Captain in this position. And Deathwalker's way out of range. Nowhere threatening at all. Not without mobility, at least. Now I'm curious to see what this presence found. The higher the cost of a creature from this card, the better it is for me in this situation. So the lower cost creatures like Bloom Sprite, like this boar, for example, like they're the cards I don't want to see. I want to see like Tarim, like something that's very expensive to get down onto the board. So I can double gift this. That is an option. Oh, I could Nightmare. If I double, unless I just gift it once and then we just clear it. But then we don't have a follow-up play. It's a tough one. Could double gift it. It goes up to 13 life, but I'm 2 damage away from finishing it off. But it does keep us a creature on board. So I guess that double gift is better. Like 1 gift, clear, nothing to play. So yeah, let's go for the double gift. Right now I don't see a better option really. Yeah, okay. We'll take the pre-hit just to play around Nightmare. So if my opponent does have Nightmare now, he does get to clear the Ground Shaker and Nightmare this, but it's already done some damage and I've gained a Gift of Steel from it. So it's not too bad. Another piggy. Gonna break out the Crystal Flower by looks of it. And just take the trade back. Yeah, just take the trade. Shuffle a gift into my deck. Wild Avenger. Alright. Interesting. Not what I was expecting to see. But does make life very awkward because we don't collect a Faeria this turn. This deck's very interesting. I like it so far though. My opponent's developed some kind of green-yellow value deck. Again, like I said, like value is just the name of Faeria right now. Everyone's just trying to get value. Sure, okay, Kaleem's training in the Okie Doklin deck. I guess so. I guess you could. The idea is to get some massive creature and kind of try and fly it around the board. Such an odd deck. Greetings from him as well. A bit of BM to go with it. Yeah, and I've lost board control. So let's just throw in the towel here. And that's going to be a win for my opponent. It's going to be difficult for me to kill green decks. I didn't expect, like, the presence and... Yeah, the crystal, the Crystal Flower. I Crystal Flowered the Deathwalker, but probably needed to save it for a massive green creature I didn't expect. But there we have another loss on the table, unfortunately. Let's get into our next game. Alright, guys. Let's get into another game, and hopefully things will go a little better this time. Getting caught out by that green-yellow deck. Big creatures. I had a big boar and a big Grove Guardian to answer. Not going to be easy in a red-yellow deck without that last Nightmare. I did the Crystal Flower, but not used correctly just because of a lack of information more than anything. So I kept the training. Like I said, I like to keep this card if I find a creature, just because it can swing the game so heavily in my favor, depending on the board state. It's going to be a Bone Collector. Now, Bone Collector used to be the green-yellow sacrifice card, but nowadays you can find Bone Collector in anything. Anything that has creatures and power-ups, you know, Emerald Salamander, sorry, likes to utilize this card, so like green-red, green-yellow as well. Just going to be an old double neutral. Bone Collector has no fear at all. Alright, let's gift. Preemptively, let's try and scare this one off. Backup Bone Collector. This is Brute's territory. Forest. The double neutral there is so strange. I think this is just mono green. Like mono green bone. Like Bone Collector can feature mono green. I've used Bone Collector in my own mono greens in the past. Maybe it's Caretaker. A Caretaker. An Elderwood? Or maybe a Gift of Rakoa? Gift of Rakoa Emperor's Command? Yep. Huh. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we gear up for Garadan next turn. We can take another desert. Try and get this mountain here. We can plus one to Garadan next turn. In a bit of a weird spot. Maybe we mountain here instead, actually. Maybe we just pass. Ground Shake is actually pretty good as well. That's why I went for the mountain. So I have I can Ground Shaker, which is just a bit more efficient. I can hope that my opponent maybe overextends a little bit now. Goes for like another Bone Collector or two. Sagami Warrior. Yeah. Okay. I guess I do have to go for the old Gary here. Stick in the double collection. I don't like Garadan here so much now because it's Sagami Warrior. Sagami Warrior could just get double power up or power up Empress Command and then just clear Garadan. Sagami Warrior is also in a position to play aggressive land on my bottom well. Goes for the draw instead, so maybe just fishing for power-ups. But if Garadan double collects and kills Sagami, that's going to be okay. I'll be alright with that. Maybe land was a little better here. Well, I guess this is okay, because it means I can't double collect. But if I draw a Cypher's Wrath, I'm in the money. I could also go for a Fanatic play, so I can clear then Fanatic Garadan onto a well, and that collects that gets that collection I want. It sets up another creature for next turn. Ah, the old Spirit of Rebirth, eh? Is that a spider? No. I was going to say, just like 50-50 the spider. I would have been disgusted. I would not have been happy with a 50-50 spider there. Alright. I'm going to go for a Fanatic play this turn. It sets up an additional collector. Puts our Garadan in a very good position as well. Because now we can even go like Kalim's Training into Fanatic to finish this off. Could even Crystal Flower it if I want to. I'll keep Crystal Flower just for any surprises. I learned from my last game that I don't want to run into some big surprises. I didn't expect the presents. You know, the presents caught me off guard. So, Flower, you have a job. Alright, going for the old 5/9. I guess I will be Crystal Flower in this card. Where am I going to play the flower? Maybe just here. Gives me the opportunity to draw. Do need to dig for some extra creatures. Yeah, we're going to go for a flower this turn. Actually, I could stick it in between the wells, but let's be safe. Let's just kill this and see what happens next. Ground Shaker. Just 3 mountains into Ground Shaker. Goes for the draw. We have Lethal with the Flame Burst and the Gift of Steel. We have a lot of different ways. But just a Cleaves Train is going to be lethal as well. Spirit of Rebirth. Bone Collector. And there we have it. It's going to be it. This an old Kaleem's Train in to finish things off. A pretty simple game for us. The Brute Gift of Steel was enough to keep the Bone Collector in check, which is pretty important. That early game Bone Collector getting all those buffs, and it did pre-hit the Brute, which kind of set me up to get other things done like that Garadan. And the Garadan did have a tremendous amount of value, killing a couple of 1/1s, but it did stop collection. So it was pretty good in that regard. The Sagami Warrior ran itself into my Garadan, so it kind of let me to double collect as well, which is pretty good. So there was a lot of things were quite interesting there, and also like the Fnatic play into clearing the Piper, so things lined up pretty well. Let's get into our final match. Let's conclude this series here. This could be a 3-2. I'm feeling it right now. I'm just deciding, like, this is actually pretty good. I think I just throw away... Let's actually just throw away the Fnatic. I was hoping to find a Gift of Steel there. Keep my 2 creatures. But now we can set up an early Herald, which I quite like. Get value out of it early. And then, yeah. Power up maybe a Grimguard, depending on what we're playing against. Playing against yellow, so powering up the Brute will be my priority. That is a very good draw. With this hand now, I can go Desert, and then I can enable my guys to fly around the place and cause some trouble. Oh, it's some form of Yellow Rush. June Drake. Where are you, Gift of Steel? Nowhere to be found. Okay. Let's just take care of this then. And we do push this out of reach. I don't know, like, I don't know if I want it here. We push this out of reach of the Choking Sands, which is pretty important for me. This can now get Nightmared, but that's all my opponent's going to be doing this turn. And if my opponent goes for a Desert here, I can just, like, Mountain in this position. Goes for the Soul Pact. Takes a draw. Okay. It's not bad. Thinking of a Mountain, actually. Because then we can put creatures on the well. And between the, like, Kaleem's Train and the Fnatic, we have a lot of ways to kind of maneuver. This could just be a Doomsday. Not playing around Doomsday, Aqua. Very silly. Very interesting, okay. Let's put this in a position where it can potentially collect next turn. We're not going to play anything. Like I said, I'm going to play around Doomsday at this point. My opponent's just sitting on a mountain of Faeria. Goes for Fnatic. Get the aggressive Desert on this side. Into a... Okay, into a Demon. Yeah, let's keep the Cypher's Wrath. I'm gonna double neutral across here. I just want to lock out this well as an option for haste creatures. Now we might see a Doomsday. No, we're just gonna see a draw. I wouldn't want a Doomsday against this deck, to be honest. Pretty deadly. So I will take some Faeria this turn. I'll Cypher's... I don't mind actually just Cypher's Wrath in here now. Could take a draw as well, because we can also go for Grimguard. Follow up with a Grimguard in the middle. Just to, like, sort of protect against the haste creatures. If they even exist at this point, it's hard to actually tell. We have lots of Grimguards down. Lots of protection. Soul Pact. Draw. My opponent's going to kill himself at this point. Doing all the work for me with the Soul Pacts. Colossus. Sure. Okay. Take a draw. It's pretty good. Yeah, we're just gonna make ourselves known in the middle of the board with the Kaleem's training. Just to threaten lethal next turn. No, Gift of Steel is just lethal on this. Flash Salmon. Gets a prayer. Living on a prayer, guys. So where's that Choking Sands at? And it's a June Drake. That's fine. Oh, and it's gonna be lethal, right? Yep. Feels good. And there we have it. So just gonna scoop there. Very interesting Yellow Rush. Trying to take on this deck. The burn definitely worked out in my favor, especially with the Soul Packs going off. So there we have it. 3-2 in the end. That concludes this episode of Become a God. And this is the final deck list, which I changed to midway through the episode. Just dropping that Firestorm, dropping a Cypher's Wrath, just getting some more creatures in there. You know, I want those creatures, I want to be able to play stuff on board and not run into those awful hands of just removal. I think it would have been okay against some decks, but again, I still wouldn't have wanted that. I hate drawing massive event hands, it really gets on my nerves. So I did bump up the creature count, and I feel the deck's a little bit more solid overall. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. If you have any ideas, any deck ideas, be sure to just send them to me. Drop them in a message on the comment. You can even just message me in Discord if you like, with a deck. Just make sure it's got a win condition behind it. It's had a bit of testing as well. And yeah, we'll see if I can feature it on this. If I like it, I can feature it on Will It Work? And we can showcase it to the community, much like we did with Conceal's Free Color Explorers. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy Red Yellow Midrange.